Coffee with the Coach, live at Tim Hortons with head coach and general manager Kevin Hasselberg. And 2 games this weekend, 2 wins. We'll start off in Camrose. Just a battle between the two teams. You could tell Camrose really wanted to fight for the 2 points. But we came out on top in the third period on a very important goal and a very good outing for an affiliate goaltender.
Yeah, we fortunate to have one of the top goaltenders in the Alberta Midget Hockey League affiliated. We actually have 2 of the top goaltenders in the Alberta Midget League affiliated, and it was Jared Whale's turn to get a start, and he faced just over 40 shots, 17 scoring chances that we clipped out, and just looked huge in the net for us. So it was good that he was a contributing factor to that win. And when you look at both games over the weekend, certainly there was some frustrations from the Camrose game, but I think if anything, what we can take from it is that our guys learn to win games in different situations. And obviously we'll talk about Fort Mac's game, but in that Camrose game, it didn't seem like anything was going right for our guys. The chemistry was off. The puck just wasn't going our way, and the guys found a way to win that game. And you have to be able to do that. So it was a very important win for us, and that we could take some lessons from it. And certainly the bus ride home was a good bus ride home.
It was a fun ride home, and it was one of those pinnacle games, honestly, I think, because the reason I say that is it was a game where the Kodiaks, if they would have won, would have been tied for the Dragons in third place. Dragons needed that 2 points, get the 2 points, and now they've got some little bit of distance between the two teams. Looking ahead now, we look ahead to the game yesterday afternoon against the Fort McMurray Oil Barons, and it was a full 60-minute effort by every single player.
Yeah, I'm not talking to their media representative. He talked about how Fort McMurray played in Okotoks the night before, which was only a 2-1 defeat, and he said they played extremely well, one of their best games that they put together all year, their 60-minute version of what we're talking about. And so when we came into that game, and right from the drop of the puck, you could sense that our guys were ready to go, and that first shift kind of set the way and for everybody else to jump on board, and it felt great. We got contributions from everybody in that hockey game, and from the goaltender right on out to the affiliate players, and it was an easy game to be on the bench, and it was a fun game to be on the bench and watch your players put in the work and put in the effort. So they had each other's backs out there, and they were playing for each other. They were playing for the team, and I think that was the best growing game that we could have put together heading down the stretch here.
And the support from the community, because usually on Sunday games, it's usually tough to get the crowd out to no matter which rink you're in. Memorial Arena, in any community, Sunday afternoons are usually difficult. We had 800 people in the stands yesterday, and they were entertained right from the start of the puck drop in the first period all the way to the horn in the third period.
Yeah, the fans here in Drumheller are absolutely amazing, and I know when I walked onto the bench for the first time, I took a quick look around and then looked behind me, and I went, holy smokes, that section's full, and it was awesome. Cold day, one of the coldest days of the year as well. So I'm sure there's cars that didn't start, and here we go, 800 people at the memorial. So let's do it again on Tuesday and see if we can match that. But very thankful that we have the support that we do here. It's a privilege to be a part of this game, and certainly a privilege to be a part of this organization. So when our fans and our community can get on board and support us, it makes those young men play a little bit harder, and certainly gracious to show our appreciation for what we really got here.
Let's look ahead. Of course, we've got the Canmore Eagles coming up here on Tuesday, and it's going to give a lot of opportunity for some of the new players to get their opportunity to be on the ice. Starting, hopefully, Daniel Allen might be actually on the ice on Tuesday. Yeah,
Daniel's going to get his first skate back with us here today at 1:30, as is Peyton McKenzie, and we're going to continue to work with Chris to get him ready for his first start. But it'll be Danny's first start on Tuesday. It'll be fun to see him back in Dragons colors, and obviously, you're going to see the fans are going to get a chance to see Peyton for the first time as well, and we're just going to continue to build and put things together. It was a great chemistry night Sunday afternoon there against the Oil Barons. the Shane Ott line with Scout Truman and Miles Hillman. It just seemed like Miles and Scout clicked that particular hockey game. We've seen the Moore and Martin and Risk line reunited from the first time. The first time Morsey got into Drumheller, that was the line that was together, and they were phenomenal. So they were great last night. We thought Fenning's line contributed and was all over the puck, and then obviously Hannes and Budsy and Dietrich were a very difficult line to play against. So a little difference in every single line, and a different way to contribute to the team's success by every single line, and we like the way that's going. So we're going to continue to build, and obviously the D pairings were, the D were phenomenal last night at escaping pressure and getting their feet moving up ice and making that first pass. It makes the game so much easier when your defenseman can do that.
Aiden Yakubchuk, nice to get him back in the lineup. And what's really interesting I noticed about it, didn't really look like he's missed a step.
Yeah, it's all confidence. When he was injured, he knew there was something wrong, and finally we were able to come to a conclusion of what it was, set up a timeline, set up a schedule. So, I think Aiden's that's part of his nature is having that clock that he can go by, and the clock struck midnight and the injury was better and he came back 100%. So his game, both in Camrose, which was his first one back, extremely physical game. He was right in there throwing his body around, and last night he contributed with 2 points. He doubled his total in 11 games played up to this point in one night. So he should feel real good about the weekend and, obviously about where his game's at moving forward.
And our final one we're going to talk about is the game coming up here on Friday. It's a kind of a very cool game for the community of Drumheller. Junior A hockey started here in Drumheller with the Drumheller Falcons, and it's the first time that the purple and gold will be on the Memorial Arena ice since the 1980s. That's pretty momentous.
Yeah, that's it's going to be a lot of fun. I know there's a lot of buzz. The social media has been blowing up pretty good. Dusty's done a great job with that, and it's you're going to see some people back in the facility in the building that maybe haven't been here in a long time. I think word has it Coach Phelps is going to be around. So, Coach Phelps was the coach of the Calgary Canucks when I played. So he's an icon in this league and has certainly been a contributor to the culture of the Alberta Junior Hockey League, and certainly his contributions with the Falcons as well. Maybe his first opportunity coaching, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be fun and good to catch up with Donnie. But, hopefully the fans that supported that hockey team back in the day will all come out in numbers, and it should be a great night. Obviously, the Canucks, one of the storied franchises in the league, and so it couldn't be a better opportunity to promote and I guess give thanks to the Falcons for the legacy that they left and the opportunities that exist in Drumheller for Junior A hockey because of what they did.
The coolest thing that I think is going to be there, I've known this guy for a long time, Don Simituk. He's still in the AJHL record books for the fastest two shorthanded goals, 5 seconds for the Drumheller Falcons back in 1970-71.
Oh, that's so exciting. Maybe you can come in and give a speech in the locker room before the game. So, whatever it looks like, I know it's going to be a great night, and certainly a good opportunity to give thanks to all these guys that were members of the Falcons back in the 70s.
Awesome. Well, it should be a fun week again of hockey. Non-stop again for the Drumheller Dragons. Thanks for this, Kevin.
Yep. Thank you, Jason.